What's going on, everybody? It's AG here. It's time for my week 4 college football top 25, my AG poll. Join me down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, who you would add to this list, who you would move down, who you move up, all that good stuff. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Join me down in the comment section. Like I said, subscribe for more. 25, Nebraska. Nebraska keeps trending up. They're kind of doing whatever they need to do so far as avoiding the upsets to stay competitive in the Big Ten, to have somewhat of a say in the Big Ten. I don't think they're going to win the Big Ten by any means, but I think they are good enough to upset a team or two when it comes to really getting in a conference play. 24 Auburn, really good matchup coming up with Oklahoma. Jackson Arnold gets a chance to get revenge on Oklahoma, so we'll see how that goes down. They haven't looked the greatest, but they've avoided upsets so far, so Auburn comes in the top 25. 23 Louisville, doing what they need to do. Same thing with them, kind of. Jeff Brom, I think, is going to have this team in the hunt at the end. I don't think they'll get in the playoff, but I think they'll be in that top 20 range by season's end. 22, Texas Tech. Big 12 really up for grabs. I don't know if there's anybody too dominant in the Big 12 right now. I've only got two teams from the Big 12 even in my top 25, so it's really up for the taking. I think Texas Tech definitely have a shot there when it comes to the Big 12. Speaking of Big 12, number 21, Iowa State. Struggled a little bit this week, but they have shown with their win so far over Kansas State, over Iowa, that they can beat quality teams. 20 Notre Dame, 2 losses now, starting off 0-2. They've got an uphill climb if they want to get into the playoff. Uh, they should have won that game against A&M. I don't know how they let that one slip away, especially being at home. Notre Dame's got some soul searching to do. They don't have the hardest schedule left, but there is a game or two they could slip up, USC, for example. 19 Clemson, 2 losses now, lost to Georgia Tech, and they're in trouble. I don't know if they're going to lose another game in the SEC necessarily, but the ACC, I might have said SEC. I don't know if they're going to lose another game in their conference necessarily, but Clemson doesn't really have any room for error now with those 2 losses. If you lose another one, you're probably out when it comes to the playoff. But Clemson, I thought Georgia Tech was good this year, but I thought Clemson would beat them nonetheless, but didn't get the job done there. 18 South Carolina. I'm not dropping them too much for a loss to Vanderbilt. They were without their best player. Lenore Sellers got knocked out pretty early in that one. So hard to read too much in that one, but Vanderbilt did handle them once Sellers got out. But again, when you have a top 5 pick on your team at quarterback, that's going to impact you a little bit when he goes out. So South Carolina 18, they've got a tough schedule ahead, but they do still have a chance if all hits right, but they're going to really have to pick it up. 17 USC. I'm really high on this team. We'll see. They've got some competitive games coming up. Illinois, Michigan. They've also got Oregon, Notre Dame that I mentioned. Really tough schedule. Otherwise, I really like this team. 16 Ole Miss. I was impressed with them. I think Arkansas is a pretty solid team, top 30 team. Ole Miss got the job done there. We'll see what happens when their quarterback gets back, if they have a little quarterback controversy or not. But Ole Miss looked good to me. Impressive win over Arkansas. 15 Michigan. They had the loss last week, bounced back nicely. I think Michigan's in good shape going forward. 14 Tennessee actually moved up, way up for me in a loss. I was impressed with Tennessee. Didn't really think they'd be able to hang with Georgia. Now, defensively, I don't know if they're going to be able to stop anybody, but the good news is offensively, if they can score on Georgia, they can probably score on anybody. And they kind of move the ball with ease there. I think Joey Aguilar on that offense is going to be humming by season's end, and Tennessee, they might be able to sneak in the playoff. We'll see. 13, Florida State had that big win over Alabama at the beginning of the year, and they're competitive in the ACC. I think Miami's head and shoulders above everybody else right now, but I think Georgia Tech, Florida State, Clemson, I think there's a big jumbled mess there, including Louisville, in the next step, the next pecking order of the ACC. 12, Illinois. They've got a big game coming up, so we'll see how they do. They had a big win last week over Duke, really dominated them. I thought that game would be a little close, but Illinois is looking good. 11, Georgia Tech, really big movers for me. They beat Clemson. Haynes King, I thought, was going to be able to have this team as a college football playoff sleeper, but I didn't think they'd beat Clemson, but they did. So they even moved way up in my rankings for me. Georgia Tech coming in at 11, I came away really impressed with them. Number 10, Texas. Something's off with Texas. I don't know what's going on. Their offense struggled yesterday. I don't know if it's Arch Manning. I don't know if it's the offensive play calling or what, but something's off. Arch Manning can run the ball a little bit, but right now he's really struggling to throw, whether that's on the receivers not getting open, whether that's him missing them when they are open. Whole bunch of stuff that's off with Texas, and if they don't get it picked up early and quickly, once they get the SEC play, they're going to be in trouble. Number 9, Oregon. Manhandled Oklahoma State last week. I'm still hanging my hat on that one. I was really impressed with that one, coming from a known Oregon hater. Number 8, Vanderbilt. Really impressive win over South Carolina. Yes, Lenore Sellers did get knocked out, but Vanderbilt Big win there. First time 3-0 and I don't know how long, but Diego Pavia has this team competitive enough to win each and every game they're in the SEC. I'm curious to see how far Vanderbilt can go this year. Number 7, Texas A&M, big win over Notre Dame. I didn't think they'd be able to do it. Really came away pretty shocked and impressed with A&M. I think their offense is going to be good. Now we'll see. They did the same thing last year where they were good and they got to the last few weeks of the season and just fell off a cliff in the SEC. So we'll see once they get into week in and week out grind. Number 6, Oklahoma moved up for me again. They had the big one last week over Michigan, and John Mateer looked good. Their quarterback, I think he's been pretty good so far. He can run, he can throw, he can do a little bit of everything. So we'll see again, similar to Oklahoma, A&M. Once they get into SEC play, how are they going to look week in and week out? Number 5, Georgia, big win over Tennessee. At Tennessee, that's never easy to do, but their defense has some growing pains. We're going to see they're going to have to get that defense really shored up if they don't want to drop one of these games they shouldn't lose. Number 4, LSU. LSU went over Florida, and Florida, not the greatest team, but still, that's a tough place to go win in the swamp. So I've got LSU in my top 5. Number 3, Miami. Miami manhandled USF, and that's USF team that beat Florida last week. Miami's legit, I think. I think this is a title contender. I don't know if they're going to win it, but I don't see anybody in the ACC being able to play with them or beat them. Number 2, Ohio State. Struggled a little bit with Ohio, which was kind of strange to me. But we'll see. Them in Texas, I don't know. I'm a little iffy on them. They were my, I think, 2 and 3 at the beginning of the year, and I could have said they could have been number 1, but I don't know. Both teams kind of struggling a little bit. We'll see. Number 1, Penn State, though. I think this is hands down right now the best team in the country, the most consistent by far. They're taking care of business. They're manhandling everybody they play. So Penn State, I've got it number 1 right now. Drew Aller, the amount of guys they have returning again from last year, this team I think is the best team in the country. But what do you think? Who would you add to this list? Like I said, who would you move up? Who would you move down? Let me know. But comment down below. Make sure to like this video. And most importantly, subscribe.